all, I just want to say right off the top that your presence here is a sign of what we've already achieved, so you should give a round of applause for yourselves for coming out today to support this incredible institution. It's our physical presence in the museum that sends the clearest message to the staff of MOCA that they have our support. It also acts as a reminder to the Board of Trustees that there is a vigilant public who cares about the integrity and autonomy of this world-class museum. The best sources for additional information about the crisis at MOCA are the Los Angeles Times, especially the Culture Monster blog, and Tyler Green's Modern Art blog. Okay, George Baker.
Two things happened right away this week as the sort of severity of the crisis, the financial crisis at MOCA became clear. One of which would, of course, be for myself preparing some remarks about a show drawn from the permanent collection, how extraordinarily fraught those remarks would be at a moment when all kinds of questions are being raised about the future of the museum that cares for these objects and cares for this art. And second was the fact that really could only happen in a context like the show that's up right here, in this place, and at this time, with the community of people, many of whom are here in this room, which has to do with the fact that almost immediately on Wednesday and Thursday, I began to be contacted by artists who are actually in the show, artists like Cindy Bernard and Diana Thader, wondering about the possibilities as my discussion and sort of docent tour was meant to happen today on Sunday. Would it be possible to talk about this? And I of course thought it would be impossible not to. One of the stories that the wall labels tell, there are several, but the one that I find the most touching, of course, and the one that I find potentially the most important for this moment in the history of MOCA, is how many of the works of art on the walls of this show and in the permanent collection of this museum have been given by the artists, some of you are in the room, given by artists to the museum. One of the reasons I'm here is an institution like MOCA seemingly creating the kind of intensity that one wants in one's work as a historian around oneself. That's one reason why I came to Los Angeles 5 years ago, this institution. But it's an artist collection in some way, and it's an artist museum in some way. So I wanted to make a couple of remarks about the history of museums that are in a certain sense founded in close cooperation with and in dialogue with the community of artists locally set around them. That is a situation we face here. I mean, you could say that living in New York as I did, in the 80s and the 90s, it was quite clear that I was literally late to the scene, and that museum, while it will always be somewhat, one of the most important places in my life as an art historian, it was no longer in a kind of living connection with the production of contemporary art. And it is with that kind of stakes on the table that one does not want to see this museum institution changed, transformed, utterly compromised in any serious way by the serious financial issues that are facing it. But it seems to be crucial to something like the genetic makeup of Los Angeles at this time and over the last several decades, that the involvement of the artistic community in the creation of institutions, this is something that sets Los Angeles apart in the contemporary arena. MOCA here in downtown Los Angeles. This is a unique historical situation that needs to be both preserved in the immediate run, but also treasured and made public. I mean, people need to talk about this as much as possible. Thank you.
On November 19th, 2008, the public was informed via an article in the Los Angeles Times that the Museum of Contemporary Art Los Angeles has, for some time, been in a grave financial crisis, and extreme measures were about to be taken with regard to the institution and its collection. With the museum in even greater trouble, as rumors and partial truths fly, we, the undersigned, make the following public statement. MOCA has an incomparable reputation, widely regarded as the single best contemporary art museum in the world. Its exhibitions have become art history. Since 1979, MOCA's reputation has attracted the admiration of internationally renowned artists and patrons of the arts. It is one of Los Angeles' greatest cultural institutions. We support MOCA's staff as they suffer through this crisis. It is their work, their talent, and and their integrity that gives the luster to this museum. We acknowledge with pride the exceptional quality and quantity of groundbreaking exhibitions produced by MOCA. We appreciate the excellence of its permanent collection. For any one of these things to be diminished would be to diminish the entire institution. We are the vigilant public who care for the integrity and autonomy of MOCA. The Board of Trustees is the guardian of this great institution. It is the board's responsibility to ensure the museum's financial health and preserve its programming and staff. We call upon the trustees to maintain MOCA's independence and to keep its collection intact and accessible to a wide and appreciative public. Thank you.
I'm happy to introduce Olga Garay, who's the Executive Director of the City of Los Angeles Department of Cultural Affairs.
Hi, good afternoon. It's thrilling to see so many of you here. It really is just an unbelievable show of faith in this wonderful institution, which I think is indicative of everything that's great about Los Angeles. It really is imperative that MOCA remain an independent institution and that it not sell its artwork. I think that it's imperative that we join forces with artists and community members such as you to really come up with a solution that will not just be a short-term fix, but that will really look at what is the best for this institution, but really the best for the people of Los Angeles. So as long as I'm the executive director of the